All right, hello. I'm back in Gibraltar. I I was out and about yesterday. Oh, it's a noisy chair. And I thought I made an update video, but it turns out I was on mode the whole time. So I have one photo, which I took like 5 minutes to take. Yes, I'm back in Gibraltar. I was at a very strange marina in Fort Pierce, Florida. But anyway, I am here and I just spoke with a local tour company here who does scuba diving and dolphin tours. Mostly in the summer. They do operate all year, but like they get busy sort of mid to late April to September. So I had a bit of a meeting with them and they're kind of like thinking about maybe giving me some work in the meantime. It's just a bit of a question about the work permit, because you have to get a work permit to work here, although I think it's slightly less formal than a work permit for the UK because it's such a smaller department and they probably get less requests and in fact are sort of more prone to approve requests because there is like a shortage of workers here. There's a lot of very like highly educated people, but not a lot of people who want to do like normal jobs. Not that this job would be normal, and it's maybe in my favor that you kind of need a lot of specific certifications and skills for this job, so probably like not a lot of people can actually do it even if they're from here. So hopefully that works out. That'd be cool. I'm obviously still applying for jobs on boats in the rest of Europe. That kind of picks up in April. So yeah, just gonna see how that goes. Next week they want me to go on one of the tours just to see like how they operate. They seem like really nice people. Everyone in Gibraltar is like super nice because it's like basically like a small town. Like it's a city and a country, but it's also a small town, if that makes sense. It's tiny. I mean, look on a map. You can walk the entirety of the whole country in like half a day. So, yeah, as long as you're doing this like surround, like the around part. If you're doing like through, then maybe it's probably the same amount of time, honestly, but it's just a lot harder because you have to go up, straight up a rock and then down. Yeah. So that's the news. I was in Honduras getting my PADI instructor certification and then thinking like, man, am I gonna find any job where this is relevant? I don't know, man. But now I'm like, oh, maybe this is the one. I don't know. This was very random. I just like was looking for something else and then I saw the dive shop and was like, oh yeah, that's right, there is a dive shop here. And was just like chatting with them and they're like, oh yeah, send your CV to this email. And I was thinking like, yeah, whatever, I'll probably never hear back from them. And then like I think the next day they were just like, oh yeah, come in, we'll have a little chat. And I was like, oh wow, okay. And I think they kind of want to like see if it works out pretty quick because obviously the season's coming up. They want someone hopefully that can work for Easter, which is in a couple weeks. So yeah, I don't know how long it takes for this work permit thing to go through. That's the only hurdle. I also have the sort of back pocket thing that I can probably get a ancestral visa for the UK, which would also work here. But I think for that, they also want you to have some sort of a job lined up. So I think, so next week I'm gonna do one of the dolphin tours Monday. And then Tuesday, I think there's like a couple fun dives, which I believe it's 2 people who are already certified and they're just doing a dive, I'm not even sure where, somewhere here. And then Wednesday, there's like a big, massive group of air cadets that have come from the UK, and they're all doing very short tri dives, which are like uncertified dives, really short ones, really shallow, just like kind of see how it goes kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go on those. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I actually have something to do, which is exciting. Even if I don't get the job, at least I get kind of some free dives and sort of some doing of stuff, which is nice because I don't like not doing stuff. So hopefully it works out. Ideally just with the work permit, but I don't know, maybe I'll try for both at the same time and see which comes through. Maybe both of them will. I mean, if I get the ancestral visa, I wouldn't need the work permit, but anyway, so that's that. I mean, yeah, that would be really good. That would actually be ideal. And then if I can actually certify some people, that's really good, because then I can kind of like have more leverage to work at other dive shops in the future. What else? I've had a new obsession of looking at RVs or camper vans or converted camper vans in like mostly BC and Alberta that I've been looking at. Yeah, so that was kind of like my backup plan in case nothing worked out here in the summer. I could go back. I also have a thing in Italy that I was gonna do, like a volunteer sailing thing out of Sardinia, but it would be from the 16th of April, which is coming up. I haven't booked flights for it or anything, so I'm sort of debating whether I just cancel that altogether. Because I guess it was like a good backup plan to have in my mind. And I would like to go to Sardinia. It sounds really cool, and their boat seems really cool. But it also feels like I'm cutting out the option to actually find work here. So yeah, now that I'm kind of like here for a bit, I feel like I have got less pressure to find something immediately. And then of course I like maybe have a job now that I'm like, well, just see how it goes. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I should maybe contact them and let them know that I'm possibly not doing that anymore, because now they've only got like less than 3 weeks to find someone else. So that might be something I do today. What else? Went for a swim yesterday. Met with those people. Sorted out some banking stuff because there's constantly banking issues with me. Closed my Australian bank, but then of course my Canadian bank then all of a sudden decided it didn't want to work. But yeah, 3 phone calls later, I finally got it sorted. I had to do the annoying let me just talk to your supervisor move, because obviously the other people weren't fixing the issue. But it's probably something they don't like encounter very often, because it's like, I'm traveling abroad, I don't have a phone number, and blah, 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 whatever, I don't know. But it all seems to be working now, so I'm trying to just like get everything good with that, so that I can just like not worry about it for a little bit. Yeah, the only sort of annoying admin thing I need to do now is get a SIM card for Europe. I think I still have my other old Spanish SIM card somewhere in my bags. So I guess that's why I'm putting it off, because if I can find that, then I can possibly just use that and put more money on it instead of getting a new SIM card. Because it was a pretty good deal. I think I was paying €10 a month or something. And I'm pretty sure it was more or less unlimited internet plus phone calls and texts somehow. So yeah, I really need to look for that. Maybe that'll be another thing to add to my little list. Yeah, I did some laundry. I keep saying I'm gonna do yoga, but I don't have a yoga mat, and I just don't really know where. So I don't know. Maybe I'll look up if there's yoga classes in Gibraltar. Maybe I'll just do that, even though it feels like I shouldn't be spending more money. Yeah, it was very crazy because when I came into London, there was like this whole thing with the Heathrow airport being closed. So that was crazy. I didn't even really know what was happening because I wasn't paying attention to the news. And then I landed and all these people were like freaking out about something. And then like, I was like, why is so many people getting their like flights delayed and redirected and all this stuff happening? And then I saw like one of the TVs with the news on it, like, oh, the Heathrow airport blah, 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 is closed. And I was just like, what? What is going on? Crazy. Very strange things happening. But it is good to leave Florida. I don't know, man. Things are just getting weird down there, or maybe they're always weird. I've never really spent that much time in the States, actually. That's like the longest I've ever been in the US. Even though it was broken up in the middle by going to Honduras, but that, I mean, it's just a bit weird down there. Some of the people are very nice. Fort Lauderdale was very nice, like some good people, like pretty, very beautiful area in places. But I don't know, man, just like a weird mentality down there. You forget how weird Americans are sometimes. Just so not a good time to be in the States. Just weirdness happening everywhere, and then everyone's freaking out about the weirdness, but like kind of not doing anything about it. So it's like, I don't know if you being stressed and then being annoyed that I'm not stressed about it, if that's helping. Because I don't think it is, obviously. Anyway, that's the update. I keeping my fingers crossed that this dolphin scuba diving job pans out. That'd be actually like best case scenario at the moment. So we'll see.